Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to create Webgl application in Unity 3D that starts by default with full web browser's window size. I'll show you how to read web browser's window size in Unity, how to discover window size change. I'll show you also how to call C# method from website's JavaScript, how to switch properly to full screen and back, and I'll tell you what are Webgl templates and how to create them, so stay tuned. But before I'll do that, I want you to visit mechero.com, the game I'm working on. Okay, so let's start with creating simple Unity demo. Unity, new, let's work offline. Let's name it Webgl demo. Okay, create project. Okay, I need very simple animation, so I want to add 3D cube. Okay, no collider. Let's put camera closer to that. Good. And I want to put texture on that cube. It's going to be this one. Copy paste. Attach, change shader to, let's say, only texture. Okay, fine. For some reason one of the sides of the cube is upside down, doesn't matter, and I want to rotate this cube, so I have to create script, name it cube. Let's open it. And what I need is just one line. Transform, rotate around. Now point vector 3.0. Axis vector 3 point up. Speed, no, angle, time, delta time, multiply, say 30 is good enough. Let's save it. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, it does work, good. Now I'm going to switch platform. Now notice that I'm using Unity 2018.1.0 B8, and I noticed that this new version of Unity is creating by default scene and adds that scene. If you don't see anything here, click Add Open Scenes. Okay, so I'm changing now a platform to Webgl. There's some warning here, and the problem is in player settings, Webgl, no, yeah, other settings. Color space must be changed to gamma, and the problem is solved. Good. So let's back to switching platform. So I'm choosing a Webgl platform and click switch platform. Okay, so platform is switched. Now build and run, and I want to have my build in separate folder with a name website. Save. And now Unity is built. and it works. this is my animation, full screen button. I can press escape key to go back from the full screen. As you can see, it works just fine. Now my goal is to make Unity to build a WebGL application that utilize whole that white area, the whole web browser's window area. So in order to do that, we have to look into index.html file generated by Unity. So I'm going to close it and close the Unity also. Yeah, save it. I don't need that too. Okay, fine. So website is, as I said, the folder that contains generated files. This is basically our project after building. Double click on index.html opens our site, and now I'm going to look into the internals of content of index.html. It's a pretty simple HTML, and we are interested in mostly at the moment in a body part and divs. Well, basically div tag is for declaring containers that contains stuff that you see on a website. To show you better what I mean by that, I'm going to add a style. Style equals, and it should be border 4 pixels, solid black color. It will generate border around each container with that color. In this case it's black. Now let's put it here. Let's name red. Here let's change color to green. Let's put it here. Let it be blue. And let's put it also here, and let's name it, let it be orange. Okay, save the index.html file and let's refresh the website. And as you can see, there is a black border. This one, div is the black, is the main container that contains everything. Next container is game container, which I'm going to discuss later. Another one is the footer, is the red one. It's a red color, and as you can see, that's the red color. It contains 3 other elements, and those elements are WebGL logo. It's in green color. It's full screen button, the blue, and the orange contains title WebGL demo, orange color WebGL demo. So basically adding those colors, I showed you the structure of the website, and I'm interested only in one of those divs, this one. The rest is useless for my purpose, and this is this particular div and container. I'm not sure whether container is the correct word, but I call it container. It reminds me cells from tables. HTML years ago allowed to create tables with rows and columns and cells. So basically it's a cell container. It contains stuff. So what I'm going to do is to just cut this and paste it here, and just remove the rest. Now there's two important details here. The game container ID, which suggests that it has something to do with that line, and yes, this is the JavaScript that creates whole Unity stuff, and this Unity stuff, this Unity window is available through game instance reference. And the other thing is that part, this style contains size of that windows. It's 960 pixels of width and 600 pixels of height. Okay, so I'm going to save the modified index.html and refresh the website. And as you can see, there is no footer anymore, there's no borders anymore. There's one additional thing that has changed, which means the content, the window of Unity has moved from center to top left position, and that's because web browser also is using in the template data folder is using style.css file. Let's throw an eye on it. And let's go back with changes for a while. As you can see, the main container has a class Webgl content, and every single line here in style.css starts with Webgl content. Basically, it contains settings how to display this structure, and among other, there are also settings that makes display it in the center of the web browser window. Since I deleted it and this one particular container does not have any class and all those settings applied, so web browser chooses the default settings, which is top left corner, but that's a side note. Okay, let's remove those settings with the size of the Unity window. Save the file and let's refresh the website, the web browser. Let's refresh it once again, and it's almost what I want to achieve, except that there is a ugly white border around it and vertical scroll bar, which I don't like either. So in order to remove those two elements, I have to change body settings and add style equals, and it should be margin with value 0. Okay, let's refresh it once again. And as you can see, there is no white border, but still we have a scrolling bar. So next step is to add additional option, which is overflow, and value is hidden. Okay, semicolon, save it, refresh it, and there is no scroll bar here and no white border. Okay, looks like done, but actually it's not yet done. It's not even half of a work to do. It looks good, but there is a problem. Before I'll show you the problem, I'm going to copy the index.html file. So I'm going to close it, make a copy of it. Our application works just fine. Let's say I'm going to modify the application. So I'm going to open the Unity and the project. Webgl demo. Let's say I've changed my mind and I want my cube to rotate in opposite direction. Well, we can simply do this by adding simple minus sign in the script, and that will do the job. So I'll add minus here, save the script, go back to Unity, wait for compiling the script. Okay, fine, let's see if it works. Yes, it does. It rotates in opposite direction, and I'm going to rebuild it. Just build and run. And it doesn't look good. Yes, it rotates in opposite direction, but as you can see, we came back to the starting point. Why is this happening? Why we don't have whole area used? Well, simply because, close it, simply because the HTML, index HTML has been recreated from scratch and looks exactly at the very beginning. Unity has overwritten existing index HTML with the old content. If I'll copy back this file here, replace, and start and open the website, it starts normally, and as you can see it rotates in opposite direction but utilizes whole area. So what to do about it? Well, in order to fix that, let's go back to Unity and work offline. Oh, come on. Unity, Webgl demo. Okay, first of all, you have to know what the Webgl template is. If you don't know what a Webgl template is, go to Build Settings, Player Settings, close it, and it's probably in other setting, Publish Settings, the Resolution and Presentation, Webgl Resolution and Presentation. And here is Webgl template. As you can see, we have default template, which looks like what we've seen after building our project, and my goal is to create new template, additional icon here, that will make Unity to create project that immediately from the very beginning starts with full web browser's window size. So in order to create that, you have to create in assets folder subfolder named Webgl Templates. Okay, go into it, assets, Webgl Templates. Good, and every single custom Webgl template has its own folder. So I'm going to create another folder. Let's name it Mac Hero. Okay, I have it. And that folder have to contain all that goes to my template. So I'm going to open it in a Windows Manager. Okay, and I need this index HTML here, the modified one. You can see it. That's the modified one. And I need thumbnail. Copy, paste. It must have a name thumbnail.png, and this is PNG picture image that has a 128 by 128 pixels. Okay, fine. So we have it. That's those files, index.html and thumbnail.png in Mac Hero template, in Webgl templates. So let's go to Build Settings, Player Settings, and as you can see there is a new icon here with a name Mac Hero. So let's click it, and now Mac Hero template is selected. Okay, fine, so let's build and run. And here you have it, built from scratch, yet the whole area, usage of whole area is preserved. Good, looks fine, but that's not all. Another thing that makes me angry is that Unity does not adjust its view to the size of the window. You see? That sucks. So this is the next thing I'm going to fix, but before I'll do it, I have to add some debug text. So let's add UI text. There is a text here, Okay, fine. Switch here. Let's put it here. Anchor to the top left corner. Okay, let's change the size. Come on. To hold this area. Font size, let's say 50. Color, I don't know, let it be white. White is good. Okay, save that. And I need another game object. I'm going to name it Debug Text. Debug Text. Reset. And I'm going to create a C# script with the same name. No, debug script. Debug text, sorry. Debug text. Okay, fine. Attach that script, debug text. In the script I'm going to add public reference to this text object. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Okay, fine. Remove that, remove that, remove that. Public, oh, I need one more thing, which is Unity engine.ui namespace. Text, let's name it text field. Equals null. And in the start I'm going to set text to ABC. So let's see if it works. Oh, by the way, I have to attach the game object of text to the reference. Now save the scene and start now. Okay, fine, there's a ABC, so it does work. Next thing, I'm going to change the name, make it public. Change the name from the start to on resize method. And there is a funny thing, which very cool thing. I'm going to call that method from Webgl Template. Come on, Webgl Template, make hero index.html, index.html. Open it. Oh, it's a very important detail here. Since now on, you have to edit this index.html, not the one that is in website folder, not this one. We're modifying that one in Webgl templates make hero, that particular file. So okay, what was I was about to call on resize method from index.html, and in details I'm going to call it from JavaScript here. So first of all, I need a function with a name, let's say on resize. No, camel noses. Oh no, on resize. Okay, fine. Now I have a function on resize which will take this reference and call send message. And now first parameter is the name of the game object, which is debug text. This debug text game object contains the script, so it's debug text. And the second parameter argument is the name of the method itself, so it's on resize. On resize. Okay, fine. And now we have to call it in particular situation, which is on resize. When you're resizing the window of the web browser, I want to call that method. So in order to achieve that, I have to add listener. Window add event listener. Okay, fine. we're listening for Resize Event, and when it happens, call that function on Resize. Okay, save it, and let's see if it works. So let's rebuild our project. And we have an error here. An error occurred running the Unity content on this page. See your browser JavaScript console command. Argument 2 of event target add living listener is not an object. Okay, I got it. This error. If you see something like that, it's probably almost certainly because I put a double quote here. Save. So you put the name of the event Resize in double quote, but the name of the function you're not putting in double quotes, just without it. Okay, so let's try it once again from scratch. Let's rebuild it. Saved. Okay, fine. And now there is no error. Okay, fine. So we have a new text here, and let's resize the window. Yes, ABC, which means that web browser has discovered event resize and called on resize function, which in turn send message to debug text game object, which is this one. This game object contains script debug text, and this script contains on resize method, and it sent message to this game object and particularly to this called this method, and that caused to display ABC. Fine, but that's not what I want yet. I want now to get size of this area. So the next move will be changing or actually adding couple new methods. Public void set width, and let's create private int width member, height width equals width, copy that, set height with lower, starting with lowercase. Okay, so we have two additional methods, and let's put, instead of ABC, width plus x plus height. So it should display the size of the window right now. Okay, so that's one thing. On the JavaScript side, this is it. On the JavaScript side, I'm going to add calling for those new methods in the same way. Same game object, but different method. Set width. And now we're also passing an argument, the third argument, which is window inner width, and set height. And the third argument is inner height, window inner height. Okay, so let's see if that works. Build and run. there is a new text, and let's resize. I have to reload the page. New text, and as you can see, the size of this area is printed here, is displayed here, and it's changing in real time, which is pretty cool. But it's not yet what I want. The view is not scaling. So this is the next thing. That's not yet what I want. Next thing is to add screen set resolution, width, height, and full screen false. We don't want full screen right now. Okay, so that's another little change. Build and run. Okay, let's see, and yes, as you can see, it is scaled up and down according to size of the window. Great, works wonderfully. But that's not all yet. Now I want to make my application to go to full screen, and it's not possible at the moment. So let's add full screen functionality. Let's add void update. I want to switch to full screen after clicking the left mouse button. If input get, what was it, get mouse button down 0. Okay, and the simplest way to switch to full screen, actually to switch to opposite state, is screen full screen equals exclamation mark screen full screen. Good. So that should switch back and forth just by clicking mouse button between regular window and full screen. So let's build it. Okay, let's click, and it almost works. If you pay close attention to this area, you're gonna see that there is a 1080 number appears, but for some reason it goes back from the full screen, so it's screwed up somehow. And the reason why is this happening is that when I'm switching to full screen, the web browser rises the resize event. The resize event calls on resize function, which sends those messages to the script, and eventually it calls on resize method, which set the new resolution but also sets full screen to false. So that line causes switching to full screen, and that line causes to switching from full screen. That's why it goes to full screen and comes back. To fix that, you have to copy that part and place it instead of false. Paste. Save. So it will change the mode to full screen, which eventually will call on resize method, but the on resize method will set the current changed already modified value of the full screen once again. So basically it won't change anything. So let's see if it works. Okay, come on, build it. Okay, and now build and run. the moment of truth. Yes, it goes to full screen and goes back from the full screen instead of this. Go to full screen, go back from the full screen, and adjust the view. Full screen, no full screen. This is exactly what I wanted to have. Okay, so thanks for watching. That's all for today. Have a good day. Bye. And don't forget to visit Mercuro.com.